Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for episode 7 of season 3's The Grand Tour, and this episode is called Well Aged Scotch, where this week the three guys are in Scotland. They're closing the title, where they're doing another challenge, and they have each bought 3 second-hand cars that they believe should be classics but aren't as yet considered classics. So you get Clarkson, who turns up in an Alfa Romeo they paid £10,000 for. You get James May, who turns up in a Lancia that he paid £13,000 for, and you get Richard Hammond that turns up in a Fiat that he paid just over £2,000 for. And the idea is they want to showcase these cars and make the case for why they should be considered classics, like some second-hand cars are, and you can pay an absolute fortune for them. But these 3 cars aren't considered classics in the traditional sense. So they set off to do these challenges around Scotland. Within 3 miles, James May's windscreen wiper goes wrong. They go to a go-kart racetrack to do a drifting contest that is really funny. One of the cars has a pretty massive breakdown, and the producer has given them 3 push bikes. If any of them break down, which they believe they will, certainly the producers do, they've been given push bikes if they break down to get from A to B, and one of them does break down, so he has to ride his push bike to the overnight location, which is fun. There's some shenanigans take place with one of the roof of one of the guys' cars, as you'll know if you watch these guys, either in Top Gear or the Grand Tour. During the night, usually there's some shenanigans take place, and they'll usually do something to one of each other's cars, and that happens on this trip. And then after that it kind of takes a break, and we get Conversation Street again this week. Another good Conversation Street, really fun. They talk about car sickness and electric cars, things like that. It's a fun Conversation Street. I really do enjoy the Conversation Streets. They are really good to watch. And then you get a test drive, and you get Clarkson test driving the new BMW M5, which seems a beast of a car, and he also test drives the Alpina, which is like a direct comparison to the M5, and Clarkson actually ends up saying it's the better car, the Alpina. And then they carry on, they go back on the road, on the Scottish road trip, to some more shenanigans. They're going to head on this very special road that Richard Hammond suggests to them. He says it's one of the best roads he's ever driven on, and which they all agree to, and it does look pretty spectacular. There's a really fun segment where Clarkson mourns that it's his birthday that day and nobody's remembered, certainly not Hammond and May, and he's a bit peeved by it, but in actual fact they have remembered, and they are preparing a surprise birthday party for him, which is pretty funny, I have to say. And then the episode kind of ends with them doing the driving along this road, this spectacular road that just looks incredible, and it's just up the road really in Scotland, so us in the UK can experience this road pretty much any time we want. So it just looked amazing, I have to say. So I have to say I really enjoyed this episode more than last week's. Even though I enjoyed last week's, obviously I've enjoyed every week so far. They've all been really strong episodes to a large degree, with some better than others, as you always get in shows like this. But I really enjoyed this week's episode. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I love it when they do these second-hand like car challenges, and especially when they do it around the UK as well. It feels more. You feel more connected to it when you're from the UK, if you like. And it was a fun episode. I really do enjoy it when they do this sort of thing. So yeah, guys, another strong episode. Really enjoying season 3. Really looking forward to next week. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. And of course I will see you next week for another review of episode 8 of the Grand Tour. Thanks for watching, everybody.